always tried not to think about what happened on the ground. We spotted the targets the brass picked out. Those targets were shelled. And the men down there, doing their job, hoping against hope. We would never see them. Just our pilot's view of the patchwork war raging beneath us. So remote. We pointed the finger and people died. Your father, Guillaume de Bec, he must have had thoughts like those. Thoughts of who he was killing. He'd play at dogfights and sometimes shoot the enemy down, but you could tell his heart wasn't in it. He'd do what he had to do. Once the ground targets were smoked, we were to check the beaches for a suitable landing point for the Anzacs.
Oh yeah, bring on the diggers. What was it about? Constantinople, I mean.
About? It was about removing Turkey from the war. If we'd taken Constantinople, well, things would have been different, I suppose. But it didn't quite go to plan. Didn't exactly go to plan either. We took a lot of hits. Well, a lot of men died that day. Something like 250,000 on either side for the entire Dardanelles campaign. Hit the third waypoint along the beach when I saw it happen. Still playing with flak, Guillaume lost an engine and began to dive towards the sea. I couldn't hear him then, because I knew he'd shout out what he always said when he took his whiskey, or when his plane was hit.
Tally-ho, into the drink again.
She knows that line.
I know that line. Morozov was a thug, a bully and a criminal. Clive had worked with him before the war, but clearly didn't trust him. If we'd had a choice, we would have worked with another colourful, honourable scoundrel like Ahmed. Trouble is, you don't always have a choice. Morozov needed pilots to do his dirty work for him, and this time he wouldn't be flying with any official sanction. Unlike McIntyre with his neat moustache and pressed uniform, Morozov did not look at me with disdain or arrogance. There would be no coded meanings or coy military euphemisms. We would be exploiting the war and getting paid for it. The lack of pretense, at least, was refreshing. Morozov was clearly a villain, but I thought his love of money would protect us. As it turned out, he had his mind on a bigger game, and his greed would put us in far greater danger than I had ever imagined.
Morisov's man is waiting near Baku, the marked landing point. It's a damned waste of your talents delivering documents. We're not a postal service.
It's a test, Tommy. He wants to know if he can trust us. I'll bet the exchange point will be patrolled as well. He'll want to test my nerve.